Hi everybody, we're doing some Splendid crafting today, and I don't know if I was planning on originally doing a video about this, but I got to working on it and I was like, you know what, why not? It's kind of a Pinterest test, because I've seen this on Pinterest 1,000 times. I've actually tried it a couple of times with varying degrees of success, and so today I'm going to give it another whirl with a different protocol that I read about, and we're going to see what happens. Alright, so what we're making, let's do a little squat here. What we're making is a plate stand out of candlesticks and plates, and then I'm going to paint them. Also, that's kind of the goal here, because this is kind of plain, and then here, just look at my materials. Oh, look at all of it. I'm actually making 5 of them, hopefully, fingers crossed. And so I guess I just don't want, you know, plain clear with a white plate on top of it. I would like to paint it so it would be color. And so I've got all the stuff here. We're going to see what happens. I'm probably not going to show you a full-length video. We're going to do some cuts and breaks and stuff like that, so that you can see what happens. But anyway, let's start talking about materials. So from what I understand, and we are outside today. Oh, notice the brick wall. And then I have my table here that is in quite disregard. Is that a word today? Is that grammar? Okay. So first, what I've got are some already quite used up. These are foam core boards that I got at the Dollar Tree a long time ago that I use for holding t-shirts whenever I airbrush them, but also as protectors of all things when I am painting. Aren't they kind of cool looking though? I mean, you can see like everything I've done over the last year or so. I have 2 of those just to protect the table because I'm not ready for the table to be painted just yet. It's also quite dirty. Then I have, as I mentioned already, I have these. I have 5 of these guys, which are at the Dollar Tree for $1. 5 of those. I have 5 plain ceramic plates, also at the Dollar Tree for $1. I should note that all of these glassware items, I have taken the stickers off, used glue gun to get all of the adhesive gook off, and then I washed them so they are completely washed, dried, and clean right now. If I wait too much longer, they won't be dry anymore. Do you see the sky? Oh, it's looking a little cloudy and nasty today. Okay. For the painting portion, we have, this is a very important part in this new protocol, and that is frosted glass paint. It makes so much sense, it's scary, but what this is it's going to give, like I'm going to spray this on first, and it's going to give something for the paint color that I want to hold on to, and so I'm pretty excited about the idea of this. I think this was like maybe $4. Let's go ahead and say $4. This was like $4, but I'm pretty sure I'll have plenty to do more projects after this. Sorry, my dog is also out here, so I'm kind of watching him. Not that he's not fenced in and completely safe, he's just acting a hot fool. Okay, and then the color we're going to be using is this one. This is a Rust-Oleum Colonial Red. It suits my needs for this particular purpose, but I'm kind of excited. I don't need to do, apparently, this person says, I don't need to do a clear coat over top of this, so if I want them to not be red after this, all I need is to get a new color, and I should be able to spray paint it pretty solidly, like, I hope that's what exactly was going to happen, so that I can repaint it to be whatever colors I want. And then we have the E6000. Now, she had suggested a vinyl, I think, glue, caulking glue, I don't know, some other kind of glue, but I like the E6000, and I think it will serve perfectly fine. I've used this in the past, and this is only the only part of the whole project that has worked for me. It's always been the paint that's been a problem. But she says that using this method, I should even be able to hand wash the whole thing when I'm done. Now, I plan on painting just the bottom side of it and leaving the top part of the plate white, and that, dog acting a fool, that, of course, is resting upon the idea that whenever I paint these, the paint isn't going to somehow seep in. Like, I'm going to paint them upside down like this. Okay, so just the candlestick and the bottom of the plate are going to be red, but if the paint should get onto this side, then I'm going to have to paint the whole thing red, and then it's going to be less of a cake stand and more of a a thing. I don't know, a thing that's just going to hold things from time to time. But I do have some cute doilies, so that won't be a huge loss. It's just not what I was planning on doing. So anyway, I think I'm going to... Okay, let's talk about the first steps. Why not? Let's talk about what I'm going to have to do. Okay, so... Let's see, I'm going to have to set you up here. Let's see. Is that going to work? Is that going to work? I'm going to have to crouch down a little bit here. Okay. Can you hear me? Maybe. Okay. So, the suggestion was that first I take the plate and I put it upside down. You can't see that. I'm sorry. I don't know if you could hear anything. Okay, so what was suggested was that you put the plate face down, and then you center the candlestick or whatever it is. I think she was using glasses. And you're going to center that onto the plate and do nothing about it. Okay, the idea is that you're going to paint it first before you glue it, and then whenever it's all done, then you're going to glue it. The point of that being that the paint will not stick to the glue. So if the glue is on there, then you're just going to see the clear globbly gook. And if you paint it first, then you have a mark for where the glue will go, and then it's clear, but there's paint underneath it, so it doesn't look clear. I don't know. I'm just going to do as she said and see if it works. All right? I don't know. So I'm going to do some setup, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. I'll probably do some clipping and whatever. This is going to be an editing mess, but for the good of all mankind, right? All right, later. So I think I have this centered, maybe. What's that? What's that? Oh, it's nothing. Okay, so I think I have it centered. I'm not really doing any marking off. I'm just eyeballing it. Who knows? So let's spray. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to have to hold it on in place, and then I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little nervous. Shake it up. Okay, so it is like impossible to see if I'm getting any decent coverage with it. I mean, I'm a little bit on the glass. I can see that it's getting a little frosted. So we're just gonna let that dry, and then maybe while that's drying, I'll try to do some of the other ones, and then we'll be back to do the red, I guess. Okay. So I've got all of them painted, and before I go any further, I want to say that it seems that in the drying process of this frosted glass paint that it starts out clear and then it slowly frosts, maybe, which I think is self-preserving because it means you're going to use a lot more product on it. But here, as you can see, let's see. So can you see all of them? Yes, you can. Okay, so there they all are. With varying degrees of centeredness, and one of them I just kept bumping, and so we're gonna see how that looks when we're all said and done here, because you can't tell. Like, I couldn't tell how to put it back center because I couldn't see the lines, because it's just like a clear spray. So it might be a problem child for me. But the sky is looking very, very ominous. and I'm feeling these, and they are just feeling very velvety. Like, I mean, here, can you see? Can you see how not clear they are anymore? Like, they used to be totally clear, and now they are definitely frosted, and the glass feels velvety and soft and like a frosted feel, like it should. So I feel like it's ready for the spray part. At least this one that I painted, that I frosted first, I think is ready, and then probably by the time I'm done, I can probably move on to the other ones. I just really want to get this kind of done before the sky decides to rain down upon me. So let's do this. All right. So just to rehash, I am using the Rust-Oleum 2x Ultra Cover whatever, and it's gloss and colonial red, and yeah, let's see what we do. And I don't know, I might have to move this back because I really don't want my phone to be red. You know how that goes. Let's see. Probably should have pre-shook. All right. Test squirt. All right. No. Okay, so I think it looks like awesome right now. Obviously it has to dry, but the coverage did go really well. And in the past, I always experienced a lot of dripping, like the paint would build up on the surface and then I would get dribbly goobly gops, but I don't see any of that happening right now. And so I'm totally kind of stoked about this. Like, it might actually be working, finally. So yeah, I'm going to paint the rest of these and get right back to you. Okay, so much to my dismay, I did get a lot of paint dust on my phone, so this has been a little bit of a problem just turning this on. But I'm going to clean that off in just a second because I'm done with the painting. Look how lovely they are. Please don't judge anything you see in the background. It's, I am really excited. And obviously none of them are actually attached to their bases yet, so that's the next part. So once these dry, I'm going to be taking them inside, and we're gonna do and we're not even drinking today. God, we could have used some day drinking. It's getting a little warm out here. Like, I can start chewing the air any second, so I know the sky is going to fall. So yeah, so I'm going to be taking these inside, and we'll do the rest of the gluing part probably tonight. After I know that these have sat and cured for a little while. So, alright, next. So I might have lied. I said that we were going to change venue and move inside, but actually the sun has come out and it's kind of gorgeous out here, and I think I can get this all done. Now it's bright. I think I can get this all done outside, so I'm going to try to do that, okay? So, everything is dry, and I removed the candlesticks from the plates so that the glorious sun could work and try to dry the paint a little bit faster. And when I did that, the paint was still very tacky on the plate, but it didn't, like, I didn't leave a fingerprint, you know, like how sometimes whenever the paint isn't dry yet, you can leave, like, you know, you just kind of ruined it because you touched it before it was dry. But it was tacky, and it did not cause any harm to it, but now it is not tacky, and it feels very nice and very finished, and I'm very excited about it. Yeah, so now I have my E6000 all set up, and so you see the outline that has been left by the missing candlestick here. So I'm just going to be taking the E6000 and running it along this line, and then I should be able to take the candlestick and put it right on top of there. And then the one material that I forgot to mention is that I'm going to be using some bricks, and those will hold the candlestick down, hopefully a little bit, making it like a level-ish surface, so that whenever this is all said and done, my cake stands aren't completely like wonky. Alright, so let's get doing that. It's really bright out here. Okay, so I'm gonna get moving on this. Alright, and I also went and I got some pieces of paper. These are just printer paper, and that's to go between the candlestick and the brick because I don't want it like scratching up. So sorry, I just keep adding materials, but I feel like these are not very important. And also the brick, you could have replaced that with like an encyclopedia type heavy. Does anybody have encyclopedias anymore? Anyway, like a big book, like a dictionary or something like that would work. You know, anything heavy would work out just fine. All right, here we go. Tracing. Okay, so that was that. Put that cap back on. A string of glue. Must hurry. Okay, and then I am placing this directly over top of the glue so that none of that white was showing through. Okay, and there's like, I've got a lot of globbledygook, and I'm trying to figure out if I want to wipe that off or if I just feel like it should stay there. I mean, it's like the underside, so do I care if, I feel like I'm just gonna mess it up worse if I wipe it off, so I'm gonna leave it. Okay, and so getting a piece of paper, slowly and surely, put that on top. Oops. Balancing. All right. Yes. Yes. Okay. So, you know, I have no way of knowing if this is making it level, but I feel like the brick should be pushing it as far down onto that as possible. And now I just really have to leave it because that glue takes a couple of hours to really set up. So I'm going to work on the other ones, and then we'll be back. I feel like this is one of those like balancing rocks in the riverbed sort of art pieces. Can you see them all? Look how gorgeous. Sorry, this is shaky. I'm squatting, and that shows you exactly how well seasoned my legs are. My big fear right now is that they aren't like level, even though the brick, that's what the bricks are supposed to be doing, is making them level, but you know, I have had things not work out before. So we're back for another round. Notice the deflating hair today. It's getting worse and worse as the day goes on. I think it's part of the humidity. We'll have to check into that. Okay, so here we are with our art here. So I'm gonna take the brick off. This is the first one that I glued, so I think it should be the one that's cured. It's been probably 2 hours since I glued them, which isn't the best curing, but I'm not gonna like rip them, you know, I'm not gonna tear them all up. So first I'm gonna take the brick off. There we go. I'll put that right here so that we can prop this up so I can use both of my hands. Oh, paper's blowing away! I'm gonna stick this under here to hold it down. Okay. And then I'm gonna slide it out because I don't want to pull it up by this, because if it is even just a little bit loose, I don't want to, you know, rip it off, because then I have to start from that point again, and that's just no fun. So here we go. So it is on there, and it does feel pretty secure. And there we go. So the top does not look horrible. I don't... So you see, like, it's a little hazy on that rim, but there's no red, you know, on the top part. So I'm pretty happy about that, because that would mean that I would need to do paint the top then. And let's get a good shot of the levelness here. As I'm turning it, I'm not seeing any wobble. Oops, a little shaky shake, but I'm not seeing any like shifting back and forth, so that might mean that this one is pretty level, which makes me very happy. So I'm actually pretty pleased with this. I don't know. I don't even think I mind the little haziness. I've got a couple little white spots on here, but I think I'm okay with it. Very happy. Let me see the next one. If it's, oh, I'm not gonna put it over there. Okay. Let's see. Taking the brick off. Ooh. Okay. And I do, there was one of these that I did wipe off the gunk of the glue, and it looked really bad. So if you're gonna attempt this here craft, I would suggest leaving the glue globby on the outside of it, because I really, once it's sitting there, you don't see it at all. You'd have to look all the way under, and there is this lip of the inside of the plate that even if you are level with the plate, you still are not going to see the glue clump. And it looks way worse to have it spread around than it does to have nothing there. Okay, this one has a little bit of red paint right here, so I'm gonna have to oh, yep, I'm scratching it right off. Well, that doesn't bode well for how well the paint's gonna stay on, but I'm not gonna be scratching with my, that's a lovely shot. I'm not gonna be scratching with my fingernail all over all the other parts of it, but let's do the level check. I feel like this one is also quite level. I have a couple little problems with, this looks like there was a glob of paint here, so there's like an actual poof of paint right there. Again, any issues on those stick parts, I'm not really going to care a whole lot about, because they're really not that visible. What you're looking for here really is the what I'm looking for here is kind of the dramaticness of the look, and I don't think that it's going to really bother me too much if there's slight imperfections on the base of it. I'm not making these to sell, they're for a decoration, and so as long as they aren't going to be all like chippy and look really pathetic, you know, as long as they are still dramatic looking, then I think I'm okay with it. So here's another one. Oh, so this one is definitely still moving. I just did a little movement right here, and it is still not cured. Let me make sure. Yes, this one too is also not quite done. I feel like they are good enough to, maybe not. No, definitely not okay. That one's going back upside down. Getting its brick back on. Okay, so anyway, that one might have to be re-glued. I don't know. We're gonna let these sit for a couple more hours. But anyway, you see where we are, and the final product I'm pretty happy with, even if I have to re-glue it. I'm pretty stoked about how it has turned out. So I think I'm gonna call this video done. That wasn't good. Do you want to see what just happened? It's totally tragic. Oh, this is what happens whenever you mess with things before they're done. This was a bad thing. Okay. Look at that. It even hit this one. And it scratched right there. Oh, it scratched. Look at how opportune timing is this. I was getting ready to wrap it up. It scratched the bottom there when that brick fell off. So this one's gonna have to be repainted, of course. A freaking course. This one, the one that fell and broke apart, see that chip paint that came off with it? What came off with the glue? That's crazy unfortunate. Okay, I have severely messed up, but you do see where it was going. I'm still making this the end. Dang it. So I've got two that I haven't even unearthed yet. That one right there that was a little bit loose still, I'm putting the brick back on. And I think we're just gonna have to be okay with this. But yeah, I am still confident that this will work out okay, because I've used this paint, or this glue before, and it has worked out, so... Okay, so... Peace out. Like, if you appreciate exactly how much effort I have put into this today, and... I will catch you guys later. Thanks. Bye.